Drivin Ivan here, and behind me, the BMW Z1, the BMW Z3, and the BMW Z4. I've just driven this one. I'm going to show you what it's like to drive the 1, the 3, and the 4 and compare them all. Plus, I've driven the BMW Z8, so you can search for that one elsewhere on YouTube, or search any car in Drivin Ivan. Smash that like button and subscribe, because I am going to show you what it's like to drive back-to-back the Z1 and the Z3 and the Z4. That's right, the clown shoe. Now the Z1, I just reviewed it. Absolutely amazing. Nothing like driving a car where the doors are just totally down. It feels very, very sporty. Every single interaction you have with the car was amazing. The steering, the shifting, and again, just so amazing to have the doors off. Now I'm going to jump from the Z1 and jump right into the Z3, the clown shoe. And this is just a regular 3-liter 6-cylinder coupe, but it's automatic too. But how cool is it? I mean, it's absolutely cool. The clown shoe, you know, it's the shape, it's the it's just everything you want it to be. I had a Z3 and I did a full driving review on it, so check that out. I'll tell you what I thought of it a bit in a second, but after having driven the Z1, let's see what I think of this Z3. Let's get going. Let's go right now. Okay, now I'm behind the wheel, and even though it's an automatic, well, let me tell you, the handling is nice. And it's nice to just be able to sit back and cruise with working air conditioning, cruise control if you want it, your M steering wheel, and it's a cruiser. The Z3, and you know, also uniquely, the clown shoe. Look at the back there. I mean, I guess I'll show you back there. Look at that. It's such a cool shape. You gotta love it. I love it. I don't know if you love it, but I certainly love it. Even though it's an automatic, I have owned and reviewed the manual, which is fun. I think these cars are really honestly like an upscale Miata. That's what they feel like. But this one, okay, it's an automatic, but still the clown shoe and still that excellent BMW handling. You know, the M version of this car was like the fastest BMW at the time. So they have the sportiness, even though it's not the M. You got the M steering wheel here at least, but it's still a very fun car to drive. You can feel everything. You know what the back end's doing. You know what the front end's doing. This is kind of before the electronics took over. It's far enough back that it's not entirely electronically controlled. What year is this one?
2001.
Yeah, 2001. So it's 23 years old now, and it's really fun to drive. And you know, it's around that time, like my Maserati Spider. Watch my buyer's guide on that one. That's from around, you know, started coming back into America around 2002 to 2007. Those, and I have the 2005, but. You know, cars, they might have had a little bit of safety built in, but mostly it was just absolutely a driver's car where you can feel everything and you can just feel all the controls. But now I think I'll talk a little bit about the Z1 versus the Z3. You know, having a full door here makes it an entirely different experience, but the snickiness, the flickability of that car, the tossability, it's better in the Z1 than the Z3. They had to really make it more of a mainstream car. That Z1 is absolutely incredible. You got to watch my full review there. But that being said, there's still a family resemblance here in the Z3. These Z cars, Z1, Z3, Z4, Z8, future, Zukunft is the word in German, supposedly. So they were the future of BMW starting in 1987 when the Z1 was released at the car show, I believe it was the Frankfurt Auto Show. And now I'm actually going to grab the camera and magically I'm going to be actually talking about the Z4 now. We'll go from the Z1 to the Z3 clown shoe and then right on to the Z4. So smash that like button and subscribe, and let's now check out the BMW Z4. All right, getting ready to show you what the Z4 is like. But I did want to mention, since the clown shoe is so freaking cool, I wanted to show you why it's so cool. You just pop it open here and then you got all that storage. You can pull this back and cover up your stuff. I mean, that is cool. I do love the convertibles, my Z3, but this is pretty darn cool, I think. Okay, now, and don't worry, I'm gonna finish up in the Z1 so you can really see what it's like. But right now, I'm gonna hop in right after the Z3, the Z4. Here we go. Just a word about these cars before I hop in. This is really cool, actually. They only built 1,815 of these, and this is number 1814, and they started on 0. So this is the last one. And believe it or not, although it doesn't look like a shooting brake as much, a shooting brake is a two-door wagon, like my Lotus Europa or something like that. I love that one. That's I guess the real clown shoe. This one is the clown shoe though, because they didn't really build the clown shoe and make it look as much as like a wagon for this one. But this is a real 2008 Z4M clown shoe coupe. So I'm gonna hop in and tell you what I think. I'm really excited about this one because it is an actual M. But will it impress me as much as the Z1? Well, find out right after this, because I'm going to hop back into that Z1 in a second. But here we go into the Z4M. Well over 300 horsepower in this Z4M. Wow. Wow. Yeah. It's an M car. Short shift. Very snicky. Very nice. Different beast than the Z3 because it's, of course, an M car, and it is quick. Wow. Different sound. And actually, you can put it into a sport mode and stiffen it up. I'll do that right now. Okay, so sport is lit up. Wow. Just listen to that beauty. Woo. What it does is it actually really changes the throttle response. Not even in the right gear there, and I still have decent amount of torque and pickup. But if you're in the right gear, wow, then the response is instantaneous. Really, so cool. Not pushing it on these roads, but visibility is great. You've got the whole wonderful, 2008 air conditioning. It works great. A little bit of digital interaction there, and real handbrake, which is nice. But it's a much more modern car, of course, than the Z3, and of course, much more modern than the Z1. And so really, it's a lot more modern. So you can see my forward view of the Z4, like I said, the M240 is very modern. But I think the shape of the Z3 is much more classic, and I do prefer the Z3 in terms of the shape. Of course, the Z4 is more modern. I thought the first one looked a little bit like Darth Vader, but to me, really, there's absolutely nothing more attractive than the Z1. I mean, that's, I guess, the original design study, right? So that to me is the one. Something else to note here as I ball out in this Z4M, this is really the last car that you actually get to drive. Steering wheel's connected to the wheels, nothing electronic. This is a driver's car. And that all stopped the next year in 2009. They went to turbos and such. Normally aspirated, super fast, and yeah, I mean the Z4, the M, especially in this clown shoe variant here, even though it's not a true clown shoe, excellent car. So a step up I think, in performance, but a step down in terms of design and shape and that sort of thing, which, you know, is important when you're buying a classic. If you get a classic Z3M, well, again, you're getting an amazing car that's probably even a hair more analog than this one. So something to consider. But now it's time for la pièce de résistance. I'm gonna hop into the Z1. Okay, so I've just driven the Z3, the Z4, and I've already driven the Z1, but I'm gonna pop back in so I can sum it all up and tell you all about what I think of these Z future cars from BMW, Z1, Z3, and Z4. Smash that like button and subscribe if you already haven't. It's time to get back into the BMW Z1. Okay, so back behind the wheel of the Z1, and this right here, this being open, of course you could close it if you want to, but why would you ever do that? I mean, you got to keep it down. But this, to me, makes this number one Z car, as they say in Europe, Z1, future, Zukunft BMW, the coolest. Now, let me compare it to the other ones. Well, first off, you look at the shifter here. Its throws are a bit longer, and it's kind of old school BMW. It's a very analog drive. I mean, you can really feel everything in this car. It's absolutely amazing. It's just, for me, it's a bucket list car to be driving. So different, so forward thinking, so revolutionary, but yet so simple too. A beautiful, simple sports car. Now, hopping into the Z3, and again, I had a 5-speed Z3 Roadster, and it was silver with red. You can search any car in Drivin Ivan, like I said, watch my full review of that one, or the Z4 that I reviewed, full driver review. But that one was also very analog. As I said, it's kind of the rich man's Miata in a sense, and it's a great car. Plus the shape, I really like the Z3 shape, the clown shoe. Now it's funny because the owner of all these cars, he likes the Z4 shape better. And I can tell you, stepping into the Z4, number one, it's not an automatic, it's a manual transmission. So that is immediately different. But obviously the Z4M is fast, coupe, and it's got working air conditioning, everything's good. This one doesn't even have air conditioning. Well, why would you need it, right? So after driving all of these, and then the Z8, I'll incorporate that one too. You have to watch my full driver review, but I will say the Z8 is amazingly quick with that 8-cylinder engine, and it is very sporty, very fun. It's got all the speed of that Z4M with just more torque. It's almost American car-like, and it's V8 torque. It's an amazing car to drive. I love the Z1, but at the same time, I love the Cloud Shoe Z3 with the automatic transmission, and the Z4 too. They're all just fantastic cars, really. This one, though, my ultimate driving machine favorite. Thank you so much for watching this comparison of all of these BMW Z cars, and follow me on Twitter and Instagram, The Real Drivin Ivan, DrivinIvanKatz on Instagram and here on YouTube. And also check out my disc golf videos, literal video for Chris Isaac's Wicked Game, my documentaries, Real Reality, Real Poker, my car reviews, and my guitar reviews as well, and even my videos where I play all the instruments like Hotel California and my original song Free Your Mind, which has a lot of my car collection. Want to know what I drive? Just search What Does Drivin Ivan Drive. Thanks for watching. In this BMW Z1, happy as a clam, I'm Drivin Ivan.